At Tech Systems, we're partners in transformation. We bring the expertise and talent to help you activate ideas and build solutions built to your reality. Whether it's a compelling vision for tomorrow or a hit-the-ground-running project, we'll work together to advance your transformation. To learn more, visit techsystems.com.
Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, Editor-in-Chief of Total Retail. I am joined on today's episode by Kendra Stepp-Davis, the Senior Content Producer and Co-Chair of the Black Hive, as well as Randy Goldberg, who is the Co-Founder and Chief Brand Officer, both of Bombas Socks. And we're going to be talking to them today a little bit about the recent release of a new line of socks from the Black Hive, the Black Hive collection at Bombas. So thank you, Kendra, and thank you, Randy, for joining me on today's show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So to get us started, tell us a little bit about the Black Hive and its origin story and why it's important that such a group exists within Bombas.
Sure. This is Kendra. Bombas, the name is derived from the Latin word bee, and bees work together in a hive to make the world a better place. And although they're small, they make a really big impact. And the Black Hive is a self-formed, self-titled collective of the Black Bombas employees, including creators, designers, customer happiness experts, marketing people, really everyone. We really work really cross-functionally. And during this time, we decided to, the national conversation reignited around racial and social injustices systematically in our country. We decided that we wanted to be better, and we brought together a group of people, the Black Hive, and we decided to make a private Slack channel so we could support each other, connect with each other, and really form a group. And the importance of this group is really community and being able to impact the communities we work and live in together every day.
So that's great. And maybe just as a little bit of context, Randy, why don't you just tell us a little bit about, I noted that you're the co-founder of the company. I'm assuming most in our audience are familiar with Bombas, but for those that are not, maybe just a brief overview of the company would be helpful.
Yeah, for sure. So Bombas was founded on the idea of improving the community where we all work and live. We had this, we found out that socks are the most requested clothing item in homeless shelters. And my co-founder, Dave Heath, saw this as it was a campaign on Facebook that the Salvation Army was doing. And we started talking about it, and then we called some shelters, and it turns out you can't donate used socks to shelters. So we had this idea, kind of looking at what Tom's had done and thinking about the give back model. What if we, made the best socks in the world, and for every pair that we sold, we donated a specially designed pair that's specifically engineered to meet the needs of people living on the street. So that was the initial idea. And since then, we've grown that idea to sell underwear and t-shirts as well. The numbers 2 and 3 most requested clothing items in homeless shelters. And we've donated over 40 million items. And that was sort of the origin of Bombas. It's how we got to where we are. And I think if you think about our company, it's really anchored around 2 main ideas. One is community, like we just discussed, the idea that it's our job to have a positive impact where we work and live, and then around comfort. And we want to spend the time, do the research, and innovate on the products that make the biggest impact on your daily comfort. And that's socks, that's t-shirts, that's underwear. And we feel like we make the best versions of those things.
Yeah, it's a great company mission, something to be proud of. And I think that first part, the community, is going to tie in nicely with this next question. And
Absolutely.
Really our overall discussion around the Black Hive and the Black Hive collection. So Kendra, why don't you tell me a little bit about the Black Hive collection, what it is, and then tell us a little bit, and you mentioned all these different groups that are part of the Black Hive at Bombas. Tell us about the level of collaboration and sort of the process required to produce this product collection.
Of course, yeah. The Black Hive is really comprising of all of our people, and so the Black Hive collection launched on February 1st, and it's really a collection that we wanted to celebrate Black excellence through vibrant colors and reflect joyful versions of Black past, Black present, and Black futures. We really want this to be an empowerment piece and really think about the best in the Black community. And we were really able to work together cross-functionally with all of these people. So Black designers, Black creatives, Black minds were really part and really at the helm of every decision-making process for this collection. We helped pull inspiration. For the sock designs, we Black designers worked on our packaging. I helped produce the shoot and worked on creative direction there. So we really worked cross-functionally with everyone across our teams, both within the Black Hive and cross-functionally within our biggest Bombas community. And we tapped into external partners, including Black photographers, set designers, hair and makeup artists. We really were able to create something that was very Black focused and celebrating great minds and great talent within this world. Yeah, and it was really collaborative and amazing. And I think I would say that we were really able to work together and create a team that was amazing and with full support of our whole company. I think everyone was really excited about this and we were really able to come together to make something amazing.
Yeah, that was going to be my follow-up in terms of how this, how this idea, it goes from being an idea to actually like, okay, let's do this, let's execute on this. Maybe Kendra and Randy, talk a little bit about, how this comes to market. Like this idea comes up, and do you go to Randy and some of the other senior management say, hey, we'd love to do this. Talk about how that kind of works at Bombas.
Yeah, I would say that ideas can come from anywhere at Bombas, and I think we kind of all got together and just wanted to really think about how we could be better and how we could really be part of this conversation that was happening in the US at the time, and how we could continue our efforts go forward and really make a mark. And I would say that we start with, of course, inspiration and coming with our upper management and really full support from them and being able to push through these ideas. And yeah, I'd say that everything comes from us in this collection, and we're really lucky in that regard.
Yeah, this is Randy. So, fortunately, Kendra and I work closely together on a regular basis, and there's a pretty open dialogue around important topics at Bombas, and this summer was no different. And while we were doing the work to figure out the best way for us to contribute as a company to the conversation happening nationally, this idea came up. And, like Kendra said, I love hearing her say that ideas can come from anywhere at Bombas. It's an important thing. It's an important part of our brand, right? I think that the great brands of today are listening everywhere they can, right? Their employees have very interesting, unique backgrounds. They bring a lot of information, a lot of ideas, a lot of perspectives into the workplace. And it isn't our job to create an environment and ask people to conform to that. It's our job to create a safe space for people to be themselves. And our company is a collection of all those selves. That's the Hive, right? And yeah. When you have an environment like that, I think it allows for a great idea like this to come out. And, this idea is the beginning of something, an ongoing effort, rather than, we're doing this one thing at this one time.
So let's talk a little bit about the products itself within the Black Hive collection. Tell us a little bit about the design process. Kendra, you mentioned you were involved in that. And then secondarily, kind of the messaging that you're trying to convey with these products. You mentioned that you want to celebrate, the great achievements and great minds in the Black community. Tell us how this product can help be a vehicle to kind of get that message out there.
Of course, yeah. I think this is Kendra. I think that for us, really the design process really started with inspiration and finding the pieces that really resonated with the internal Black identifying employees known as the Black Hive, and what was inspiring us and what did we want to see in the world. And we were really lucky that with the full support of Bombas, we were able to really bring those ideas to the forefront. So we presented a couple of things that we liked, brought that to the design team, and worked in tandem with them to make our collection, which features 8 gender-neutral sock styles in ankle, quarter, and calf heights, and sold in singles and in 4-packs, and designed. And of course, within this, I think the piece that we can give back and the way that we can promote Black excellence and Black minds is through our give back and mission component of this. I think along with our donation socks, we'll be donating funds. And I think those pieces go hand in hand. We're really able to highlight and foster really good creative talent, I think, and really bring forward ideas, as we said, from everywhere. And that comes with everything. I think execution is a huge part of this, and really being able to foster and promote a Black set. I think being able to go on set as a Black woman and see a lot of people that look like me is a pretty rare occurrence generally. And being able to focus on that and really hone in on some of the best talents, we were able to shoot with Mark Clennon. And I really think that helped promote this story forward and really bring the ability to showcase his work as well as showcase Bombas and make a really great collaboration.
Yeah. I want to just follow up on that last piece, Kendra, in terms of the promotion of this special collection. Was there, in terms of how it is marketed on the website, or is there special, marketing dollars behind this, or whether it be social or content, other ways that you're trying to get the word out that this collection exists, and the positive, uplifting messaging that that surrounds the Black Hive collection?
Yeah, of course. I think this really is a 360-degree full campaign. So we have everything from paid social advertisement. We made a video that's available on our site. We have all of our creative, email, social. We really are touching all aspects. We're here with you. I think that we're really hitting it from all angles.
So Randy mentioned, kind of at the heart of the company was the with the buy one, give one, or donate one model. And that is applicable to this Black Hive collection, and that you mentioned the donations you're making. You're going to help support 4 organizations, donation of $100,000 to 4 organizations selected by the Black Hive. Tell us a little about why that's such an important part of this, and maybe you want to identify the organizations and why they were chosen.
Of course, yeah. I think that along with our soft donations, I think sometimes we just need to give money to people that are really doing work from the ground up, and really focusing on the people who are doing that work. So for us, the Black Hive came together and we're able to think of 4 organizations, and the 4 organizations are a Second You Foundation, which is a Bombas giving partner, so close to home, based in New York; Sister Circle, which is another Bombas giving partner based in San Francisco; the National Bail Fund Network, and the Marsha P. Johnson Institute. And we really wanted to find something that was at the intersectionality of systematic racism and inequality, and really be able to focus on things that we thought were important. So Second You Foundation focuses on teaching formerly incarcerated people how to be trainers, and really giving them jobs and opportunities in the job force that they wouldn't get before. Sister Circle focuses on women empowerment, and of course the National Bail Fund network is able to bail people out, and the Marsha P. Johnson Foundation focuses on Black trans rights. And I think for us, we really want to focus on the things that we thought were the most important, and combat root issues that affect both homelessness and systematic inequality.
Yeah, it's a great testament to the work you guys are doing, and to I imagine all of these have a personal connection to the workforce. My next question, I'm going to direct this to you, Randy, and then Kendra, if you have thoughts, for sure, jump in. Talking, from a leadership perspective, Randy, tell us why creating a diverse and inclusive workforce is a priority at Bombas, and how building the right company culture can factor into decision making.
Yeah, I mean, listen, building the right company culture is the thing that leads decision making at Bombas, right? We live by our core values. We were founded on improving the community where we work and live. I know I said that earlier, and it's just such an important and core idea for how we've built this company. And I think generally people who come to work at our company are so interested in that idea. Above and beyond building their career, they want to build a career that feels like a positive thing in this world and isn't just about that. I mean, we want to build a company that's a positive force in this world and isn't just about the bottom line. And so those things are major factors in how we make decisions. I think that's why we've earned B Corp status. I think that's why, when we talk about our growth, we talk about the number of pairs of socks, underwear, and t-shirts that we've donated. We talk about the amazing people that have chosen to come work at the company. And we've talked about the giving infrastructure that we've built, right? So we have 3,500 plus giving partners in all 50 states. Those are organizations, small and large, who we donate product to, who we listen to and learn about what's going on in the homeless community. And then we take that and we build that into our product development. We build that into our volunteering efforts. We help other companies donate product through our giving infrastructure, which was a new initiative for us this year during COVID, as more companies were looking to give back, and we had done the work to build up that logistics, network to help donate products. So I think what we're building is a foundation of giving back that hopefully gets smarter every year. And the people who come into our company, like I said, they have amazing ideas, and those ideas help shift and change and impact the work that we do on the community front. And that's just the most exciting thing. And all these things work together to make up what Bombas is. And the Black Hive is an incredible testament to that, and a big part of it, and a group that's an important voice within our company. And everybody has a voice at Bombas.
Yeah, and that was a perfect segue into what I wanted to ask next, in terms of the Black Hive being a great example of that. That your employees, they feel invested in the company, because it's not all about the bottom line. It's about making a positive impact in the world, and the Black Hive is trying to do that. Which leads me into the final question for the two of you is, tell us, Kendra, to start, what future initiatives the Black Hive has planned, in addition to great, things like this Black Hive collection and the funds that you're donating. And then tell us, and maybe you can both speak to how, you can work with senior leadership to continue to come up with these great ideas and then execute on them. As Randy said, everyone at Bombas has a voice. Keep that kind of pipeline of ideas going, and then eventually, as I mentioned, execute on them. So do you kind of each maybe want to touch on that? Maybe Kendra, first talk a little bit about what you guys have planned for the future.
Sure, of course. I think we're really focused on making sure that this was comprehensive and, as Randy mentioned before, not just a one-time thing. We already have a Black Hive collection, a second iteration coming in fall 2021, with more products and initiatives coming soon. And you only see more and more from us in this world.
Yeah, I mean, it's so exciting what we're thinking about on the product front for the Black Hive collection, and the work that we need to do as a company to have more conversations with the Black community, and the work that we need to do. And I think one of the important things to take from all of this is that recognizing that it's not the job of our Black employees to sort of do all the work here or lead the way. And as a company, we want to be promoting great ideas, great creative, amazing product, and all of that comes from making sure that we're heroing voices from all over the company, whether it's the Black Hive or another group within Bombas. So this is the beginning of an effort, and we launched on February 1st. Obviously, there's a tie into Black History Month, but as Kendra said earlier, this is about Black excellence. This is about positive change. This is about like a joyous celebration of the Black present, and the future initiatives here, I think, are just going to build on the success of this first collection. And I think we're all excited to see where it goes. And, we don't know exactly where it's going to lead, but I think the right approach is going to make this a big part of the Bombas story over the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's great to hear that this isn't just kind of a one-off initiative. This is really built into the company's culture, as you talked about. And this is, it's going to be integral to the future success of the business. So I want to take at this time the opportunity to thank Kendra Stepp-Davis, the senior content producer and co-chair of the Black Hive at Bombas, as well as the co-founder and chief brand officer at Bombas, Randy Goldberg, for joining me today on Total Retail Talks. Thank you, Kendra, and thank you, Randy.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you having us.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at mytotalretail.com/podcast for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Total Retail Talks.
As a full-stack technology services provider, Tech Systems works together with our customers as true partners to own change. To learn more, visit techsystems.com today.